What the hell's going on, people? This is Periodic, and you see the title of the video. We are jumping back into Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle. We're jumping back into the 350 million global downloads reached celebration campaign part 1. But we ain't talking about part 1 today. That's what we're in, but that's not what we're going to be talking about. We're going to be talking about part 2, specifically, how many Dragon Stones are you gonna get?
I shut it down wherever power is stored. Being real is in the past, watching cowards get on. It ain't kill me, so it's making me stronger. And these bite-sized rappers now sensing my home.
Hey, before we get into the video, I just want to give a shout out to this month's members. I appreciate all of you guys. And if you want to contribute to the channel, but you don't want to have to sign up for a monthly payment type of thing, you can go into any one of my videos, this one included, and scroll down here to the thanks button. This is actually really cool. You're able to contribute, leave a highlighted comment below, and have a nice little animation on the YouTube video. Or you can just watch, subscribe, and like. So in order to look into the future, you got to look into the past. And so we're going to use the worldwide celebration from 2020 as a barometer, as a launch point to evaluate how many Dragon Stones we should be getting in part 2 for the 350 million download worldwide celebration. So far in the countdown in part 1, we've been a little light compared to last year, particularly the countdown. Now, this is not including the big Dokkan Now Dragonstone gift, I guess you can call it, that they gave us, which was 60 Dragon Stones. So you would add 60 on top of here, so it would have been 95 for this 350 million downloads countdown. But if we go over to the worldwide celebration, bro, they got $130. Well, we got $131 last year. So that's like almost 40 Dragon Stones. It's like 30-something Dragon Stones more that they got last year during the countdown than, you know, we did during the during our countdown. Now, I think what you have to consider is for the worldwide celebration last year, a lot of people said, hey, it's missing content, doesn't have a lot of content, where's the content, etc., etc. It's because they added so much stuff to the countdown itself. So if we look at this year's countdown, what did we get? Returning campaign, daily login bonus, Hercules, heart pounding gift, social media stuff, and then that Dokkan Now joint. Whereas if you take a look at last year's social media, right? The maintenance, daily login bonus, returning campaign, new event, Evil Revived, Most Fearsome Majin, Hercules World Tournament event, Infinite Dragon Ball History missions, plus just completing it, and Legendary Challenge campaign. So there was a ton of different ways, different events that they threw in the countdown that kind of stretched it out. So people kind of looked at last year's like, oh, part 1 and part 2 didn't have as much stuff as normal. It's because they put a ton of stuff in the countdown as well. Whereas this year, they're kind of back to how they used to do it, with not a lot of stuff in the countdown and just adding a lot more in the in part 1 and part 2. So anyway, let's take a look at part 1 very quickly, and then we'll go over what we should be expecting for part 2 in terms of Dragonstone. So as you can see, daily login bonus, limited missions, daily missions, returning player campaigns, boss rush, new stages for 2 Dokkan events, the Goku and the Frieza, virtual ultimate clash, friends are waiting on Planet Namek co-op campaign, or the missions, personal and co-op, Courage to the Max, that daily event for Age Meet, Awaken Power, Trial of the New Horizons, the new Ginyu Force stage, Rule of the Universe and Warrior Race, Legend of the Super Saiyan, and then Emperor's Intentions. So the 2 new story events for the Goku and the Zarbon. Collection of Epic Battle, Extreme Z Battle, obviously EZA Tech Freezes, Dragonstone Collecting Mission, First Rank, 5th Pet Battle, and then social media campaigns. All in all, 371 Dragonstones for part 1. 371. Whereas if we take a look at last year's, we were actually at 428. Like, Dude, what? That's like a 50. It's a 50 Dragonstone difference. That is a multi right there. That's a full multi. So I am hoping that part 2 this year is going to be a lot better than last year's. But let's see what we got in part 2. So in part 2 for last year, we, of course, I mean, every single year you're always going to get it. Daily login bonus, 38 Dragonstones. Limited missions, 14 Dragonstones. On top of that, daily missions, 18 Dragonstones. We'll also have more events, right? So we'll have new story stages and missions related to that stuff. 15 Dragonstones. We should have an Extreme Z area for whoever it is. 9 Dragonstones. Launches Treasure Hunt. So this is being replaced by the Bulma event that we're going to get 100 Dragonstones from. Okay, so that 40, think of it, it's actually going to be 100. Next up, Infinite Dragon Ball History. 23 Dragonstones. We should get another stage of Infinite Dragon Ball History. Social media stuff. That's probably on the low end, honestly. 10 Dragonstones. Probably be on the low end of what we'll get. Also, another story event, or campaign, I'm sorry. Showdown on Supreme Kai Planet Worldwide Showdown campaign. So, kind of like the co-op campaign we got in part 1. We'll have something like it in part 2. 10 Dragonstones. Extreme Super Battle Road. Up to 80 Dragonstones. Now, I don't think they're going to be as kind with the ESBR, but we should have something similar, whether it's more Super Battle Road stages, more Extreme Super Battle Road stages. We'll definitely have a, Japan and global type event giving us that many Dragonstones. Golden Weekend missions, 20 Dragonstones. First rank, so global also got first rank in part 2, 14 Dragonstones. I'm not sure what they'll have as a part 2 LR, but I can tell you this right now, with the stone sales being as bad as they were, it has not encouraged the whales to spend like they normally would, and so we haven't been moving the needle in top grossing like we thought we would. Planet Namek Saga, the original Super Saiyan Goku, the legendary Super Saiyan Goku, the full power Frieza, these are iconic events in the manga, in the anime. It's one of the most hypest moments of all time, and yet we hit top grossing in only 4 countries, I believe. I don't even think France hit it. And what they ended up doing was, during the 6-year anniversary, they changed the ranking a bit. They made it so during the 6-year anniversary for global, we only had to hit top grossing in the games section, which we did, and so we got a decent reward from that. But going into the worldwide celebration, they reverted back to how it always used to be, which was overall, top grossing overall. And so overall, it's only been 4 countries, unfortunately. Another co-op campaign, this was the huge Spirit Bomb one, 20 Dragonstones. And then at the end of it, it was just like, hey, thanks for participating in the worldwide celebration, 30 Dragonstones. So at the end of the day, for part 2, 341 Dragonstones. I'm going to tell you this right now. I have a feeling that this number is going to be over 400 with the amount of events that are coming to part 2. The potential Awakening for the Zarbon plus Extreme Z Awakening. Most likely you'll see an Extreme Z Awakening for that physical Goku that they have. You also, the free-to-play one that they're giving you. You also have the Extreme Z Awakening for the AGL transformation Goku that's coming. Just a lot of stuff that hasn't been announced yet, and stuff that has been announced yet, it just hasn't been implemented in the game yet. They're just kind of going through all of the part 1 stuff, and then they'll eventually get to the part 2 stuff. But I do have a feeling that you're going to be looking at, of course, the Extreme Z Awakening for the other Ginyu Force characters. And then, you can maybe even see a new Dokkan event for the legendary Super Saiyan, or not the legendary Super Saiyan, but the new LR character that's coming out. Who knows how that's going to go. But again, they could even add more stages to the collection of epic battles, right? We just mentioned that. They can definitely decide to just implement that and and call it a day. So there's a lot of stuff that can come about, and I do think that we should be seeing over 400 Dragonstones in part 2. But overall, we'll probably end up with about the same amount that we earned last year. Whether you're counting part 1, part 2, and the countdown, about 900. I do think that when everything is said and done, we're going to be sitting at about 900 Dragonstones that you received from this celebration. So we'll see what happens. We'll see if this campaign gives us more. That would be really, really awesome, and it would set a precedent that Dokkan Battle is trying to be better than what it was the year before that, and that'd be super awesome. Now, if you want to be better than where you were just 2 seconds ago, you can do that by becoming a club member. Go ahead and click that blue join button, become a Boomer champion like Joe V, or you can do it the free-to-play way. Gently rub that sub button, gingerly ring that bell button, lovingly kiss the like button. As always, this is Periodic. See y'all in the next video.